Today, we're joined by Ariel Ayala, Business Development Manager for global recruitment firm ManpowerGroup. Ariel, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for inviting me, Peter. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Perfect. Okay, so Ariel, from the point of view of recruitment companies, is there any near-term or medium-term fix for the ongoing tech talent drought?
Well, actually, what we are seeing is that the gap between what workers want and what the market is offering regarding tech talent is increasing and increasing and increasing. Actually, tech positions like, I don't know, cybersecurity, big data experts, data scientists, those positions are the most wanted in the whole world. We have a study here in ManpowerGroup, which is called Talent Shortage. You can download it on our website. But right there you can see on all the places the study was done, talent for IT positions are most wanted in all over the globe. So that means that actually we don't see in the near future this tendency going down. Actually, we feel that it will keep going on. So that employers need to be very smart and start developing people in order to fulfill their needs, because it's almost a fact that in the market you maybe can find it, but you will have to make huge job offers with users packages, and maybe that's not on your budget. If it is, well, that's perfect. So that on the other hand, for job seekers, if you are willing to make a change on your career, or also you are maybe a student, you just graduated from high school, you need to think about studying technologies, because it's definitely the career of the future.
Absolutely. Okay, and for recruiters, how's experience of the last 2 years changed the way that they are being approached by particularly US clients?
Oh, it has changed a lot. First of all, now we have more US customers. Why is that? Because the US customer has started to understand that they can, open back office operations all over Latin America, Central America, in countries like Panama, Costa Rica, also in South America like Colombia, even Argentina, so that you can see some of the largest tech firms in the world operating near shore the US in the countries I just mentioned. Like, for example, here in Panama, we have a call center for Dell, which hired 3,000 people. In Costa Rica, Amazon has got a huge presence, and I can keep going on examples. But the thing is that that tendency was started before these 2 years, before the pandemic years, but it is increasing a lot as companies start to see that this is not crazy, this is real. You can actually establish operations back in Central America and serve US customers. The common problems or the common things that you're gonna find, barriers, is maybe the language, because some countries in the Caribbean, they do speak English. Most Latin American countries, they speak Spanish. But there is a lot of people in the market that actually handles a very good English. It is almost 50% of the labor force handles a good English, and the other 50% doesn't. So depending on your company, depending on the position, and depending on the industry you're working at, it could be harder or maybe easier to find bilingual people. So that's kind of the most difficult part. Then when you go to qualifications like studies in prestigious universities, the Latin American worker tends to study outside Latin America, in Europe or in the US. So that's maybe not a problem, because if you're willing to hire top talent, that people is not going to be Latin American educated. Also, we have very good universities in Latin America, but that people is commonly educated in the US or Europe.
Okay. And then from your personal perspective, Ariel, How has the role of the business manager or business development manager changed over the last 2 years as well?
Oh, that's a very good question. Well, I must say that before the last 2 years, we had customers all over the globe, but the globe is now more connected. So maybe you had one customer in Asia, two, three as the most, but now you have, I don't know, 10 customers in Asia, 20 customers in Asia. Then previous to this pandemic, you had, I don't know, 5 US customers, 10 US customers, but now you have 20, 50, because the globe is more connected now. So everybody, business people, is starting to understand that whatever you can do or you formerly used to do in person, you can now do it online. You can have a video conference, you can be present in a matter of thinking in Asia, in the US, in Europe, even in Africa, just with a good connection. So that is forcing all business people to understand, okay, now what's the culture of the customer I'm speaking with? What do they like about being served from another representative? What is the most important thing for them in a negotiation? It is price? Is it maybe customer service? Is it maybe the delivery? So, and then you start to see, previous to this pandemic, you were thinking as a business development manager, everybody's price driven, but then you start to see, maybe it's not about price, it's about something else. It's about confidence, it's about loyalty, things that, customers around the globe prioritize more than price. So yes, in the short answer, it has changed a lot.
Okay, perfect. And then again, considering the global experience of the last 2 years and the fact that there's an increase in interest in the nearshore, what are the kind of preparations that you would suggest US clients should make prior to searching nearshore markets for new talent?
Oh, well, I think first of all, is the experience. Find about companies that are in your same business that are actually doing some similar that to what you're thinking to do. Let's say, for example, if you're in tech, then find tech companies that are already operating near shore. Then after that, I think you need to have a good advisor. It is very important to have a good advisor because you're entering a new market. Although you won't be playing in the market, you will be an operator in the market. So that you need to understand what the laws are, of course, that everybody knows, how the financial point of view works on that country, how is the security of that country. That's a very important one. Also, you need to understand the culture of that country. Maybe you are used to have employees that works 60 hours a week, but guess what? You go down to Latin America and then you can only hire them for 48 hours a week. So that's different. You need to be aware of things like overtime. It is paid very differently in every country of Latin American than what it is in the US. So you need to understand that as well. And also talent availability, I think, is the key. Talent availability, so that you need to understand if you are in tech, if you are in banking, if you are in any other type of business, how much of talent you can find over there. Do you have in that country big talent pool for financial people? You have a big talent pool for tech people. Is the country promoting that? There are agencies promoting the foreign investment all over Central America. I can mention Cinde in Costa Rica, I can mention Pro Panama in Panama, and I can mention a lot more. But the thing is that maybe you need to speak to that people to understand how is the labor market over there, so you won't have a problem that some companies had before, which is I have the resources, I have the places, I have everything, but I don't have the people. So the people is the very key part of finding an operation and opening an operation near shore the U.S.
Okay. And then finally, Ariel, with remote work and the restrictions that we had on movement, remote recruitment and recruitment processes have taken on extra significance in the last couple of years. How do you see digital technologies like AI continuing to impact the recruitment process into the future?
Well, I think it's gonna change dramatically how we used to have recruitment before the pandemic. Because before the pandemic, it was a very personal thing. All recruiters, all hiring managers always prefer to have an interview face to face with a person. That's no longer the case. Now you need to have a video conference through different systems. I don't know, Skype, Team, whatever you use, Zoom or any other. So that's the first thing. Now, when it comes to job boards, there is a lot going on as well. Because traditional job boards were places where people simply apply, and then the recruiter find a candidate among, I don't know, 1,000 candidates that had applied. Now, what it is more used in job boards is that the job boards use artificial AI in order to sort the candidates in a way that the better candidates are in first place, and then the not so good candidates are in the last place. So that's another important change. We're no longer using only job boards as well. We're now using applicant tracking systems, which enable the recruiter to see the process from the moment zero when they apply to the vacancy to the moment, the final moment when the candidate was selected. Through all the stages in the applicant tracking system, you can set it up in order to find all the stages, like first interview with the company, second interview with the company, final interview with the general manager, or things like that. How he performed on the test, because we commonly use psychological tests and things like that. So I think the role of technology and AI is just going to change forever recruitment. We're not going back to how it was before the pandemic.